covering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Good morning. Happy holidays. And if you weren't full from all that food you ate the last couple of days, get ready to be full of a lot of basketball here in Detroit next couple of days. PSL Classic Day 1 at Cass Tech starting right now. Home team, the girls from Cass Tech, hosting a talented Grosse Pointe South team. Welcome above the court. High above the court. Thanks for making some time. Evan Stockton, Chad Bush alongside our crew. Chad, before we start these very busy 2 days of basketball, as we started with Cass and Grosse Pointe South, what do we need to know about these two teams?
Grosse Pointe South, a young team but a talented team led by Maddie Bernard, a Division I prospect, has an offer from Buffalo. She leads a team. They also have a talented front court. You got a girl by the name of Bashert that you have to look for, athletic, big. Cass Tech on the other side, a new coach, a new system. It's been a train that's been talented, a couple Division I players. They get one of them back today, and we'll dive deeper into Ari Parker and the technicians. A talented team. Both teams want to play full court press and force turnovers. Both coaches jived with us before and said, hey, look, this is something that we both do very well. He wants to know what I want to do. We're going to play in the districts together, and this is something that they're going to go at today in the preseason.
Right, and we're going to learn a lot about both these teams as well, because remember, here specifically in the city of Detroit, down the road at Renaissance, that girls team is very, very good year after year. They made the state semis last year, but Cass is not scared. Their new coaching staff understands the challenge ahead of them, and that's why they're playing games like this early on in the year.
Absolutely, and Renaissance, there's no doubt, is the top team in the PSL. Cass Tech, though, thinks they have something coming. They like this new system that Coach Jordan has brought in, and we're excited to see these two teams, similar styles, but a little bit different in personnel, square off today in Game 1 of 6.
A lot of basketball. How many in the next 2 days? 9? 10? What's the official number?
Well, if you count in Cruz, I think it's 11.
It's a lot of basketball.
9 high school, it's a lot. Glad you're on board and glad you're captaining the ship today.
And let's get a little caffeine in all of us, because it's an early start. It's not even 11 in the morning yet. Yes. Let's do it. Cass Tech, Grosse Pointe South, first game out of a whole lot of them the next couple of days. We'll be back to Cass Tech for tip-off between Cass Tech and Grosse Pointe South right after this.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Back at Cass Tech, first game out of 6 today, and it starts on the women's side of things. Blue Devils from Grosse Pointe South are here to take on the home Lady Technicians of Cass Tech. Let's get you the look at the starting 5 for Grosse Pointe South. Chad in the open talked about Maddie Bernard, but Chad, when we look at their starting 5, really the interesting player is 22 Elsa Backer. That's who the coaching staff was telling us about before the game. Senior, long, very athletic.
She's key to what they want to do, and that's press. And it's similar to what Cass Tech wants to do. She's key in that. She's an athletic forward, and she'll be fun to watch today for Grosse Pointe South.
Sierra Pongrant's number 3, the freshman as well. They love her confidence. They love her shooting ability. She's got a little bit of Caitlin Clark in her. She'll shoot it from anywhere. But the coaching staff did admit to us about Pongrant's as well. She's a freshman. She's growing up every single game out there.
She is, and she's part of a freshman class along with, you mentioned, the one Backert sister. There's another one, Clara, that we'll also see today that's a freshman. But, yeah, the focus is going to be on Pongrant's, who can shoot it and stick it from deep and really stretch that defense out for Cass Tech.
You're getting a look at all those Grosse Pointe South starters being introduced in the blue and gold, and now we get a look at the green and white, the mighty technicians of Cass Tech. So good in so many sports with gorgeous facilities to boot. Kayla Mount is their big presence down low, Chad. She's going to go play Division I basketball somewhere. She may win Miss PSL this year. The real big story for them, right, is Maya Anderson, who is going to go play Division I basketball at Detroit Mercy. Unfortunately, leg injury in the offseason. She's out for the year. So how are they going to try to replace the production they're missing from Maya Anderson, you think?
I think it's going to be a combination of the point guard that we're going to see today that we have not seen a lot of and is a bit untested at the point guard spot in Parker. She's going to step in today. She's been out. Coming back slowly from an injury. This is her second game back, and she's going to force teams to not be able to double team her. She will blow by. She's a talented Division I prospect. No Maya Anderson today. You mentioned that. That's how they'll replace it with the freshman shell along with Ari Parker.
Still very early in the high school season. Grosse Pointe South only playing its 5th game of the season. Cass Tech only playing its 7th game of the season. But this is the part of the year, Chad, where you really start to figure out, okay, what are the waters going to look like the rest of the year? We all kind of blink our eyes around this time of year, pick our heads up covering high school basketball, and all of a sudden we're thinking about the Breslin Center in March. So this is a great test between these two teams, and as you were talking about, they could play in the playoffs. So there's a reason that they scheduled this game.
Yeah, there's kind of 3 seasons. You've got like your first phase up until about Christmas time and the new year. Then you've got the meat of the schedule. Then you got the postseason. They're kind of testing their toes in the water today for a future meeting down the road, potentially for the district title.
There's also a joke in here somewhere about jumping in the water because it's actually, I think, 50 degrees again.
Dude, we're going golfing after this.
We really should, because we're not going to have another
weather.
Chance for at least 4 months.
Man, I mean, this is the right way to live a late December.
Pongrant's, the freshman, will jump it up against Mount, the senior. And the senior won the tap. So here we go. Cass Tech, the home team, wins the tap and promptly turns it over. That's what Grosse Pointe South can do really well. Pongrant's first shot, no good, but a good start for Grosse Pointe South. They love to test you with their press.
Yeah, and that's the freshman Pongrant's.
And that's Parker back into the lineup as of last week, knocking down to 3.
A late addition to the starting lineup today. We couldn't even get her on the graphic. It was so late. But look, a fast start for her. That's important, Evan.
Pongrant's stepped out of bounds. It's very fitting that Parker, number 3 in green and white, makes the first shot for Cass because we promised the coaching staff late add to the lineup so we don't have her headshot. We'll give her some love. Thank you, Ari. Made the first shot of the game.
Splash City right out of the gates to get this Holiday Classic jumping.
Speaking of Splash City, with as many games as we're doing over the next 2 days, should I let you know what the over-under was on Splash City? Or maybe I'll just tell you at the end of tomorrow. How's that sound?
I think you should set it now, or else it's not fair.
It's high. It's high.
You're saying we got some good three-point shooting teams in the building today?
Well, I'm also saying we're covering a lot of basketball the next couple of days, so there will be chances to say it.
Oh, boy. What's going on here?
Looks like we got a wet spot on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, I would say that maybe someone was traipsing in some snow, some melted snow from outside, and that's why we've got the wet spot, but no snow on the ground right now. So
not even a hint. It'll be interesting to see, Evan, how this Cass Tech team, a new team under A.J. Simpkins, new leadership, he comes over and replaces LaTanya Tate, who was here for about 7 years. This is a guy that knows how to train. He's trained the Atomi twins, still does. A guy that went to Northwestern High School, has a great Detroit influence in basketball. And this is today kind of unveil what we're about to see with Cass Tech basketball. A little different than what we saw with LaTanya Tate.
Yeah, Simpkins has got that awesome experience, not just in his own playing days, but coaching at the AAU level. So when he took the Cass Tech job, kind of late in the process just a few months ago, people were wondering, why'd you take the job? And he said simply, it's Cass Tech. Why wouldn't I take the job?
Right. If you can't win at Cass Tech, you can't win anywhere, and he understands that. 6 weeks ago.
Inside to Mount. Now back outside for a long-range jumper that wouldn't have counted because they called the travel.
Yeah, a little too excited and a shuffle of the feet by Shell, the freshman.
Here comes more pressure from Cass Tech. Coach Simpkins loves that effort. It'll stay on this end. Lupo was working down low along the baseline.
Yeah, a little more of a pressure defense. I mean, they want to score off their turnovers, do the technicians. Inside out, little old school. Coach Parker adds to this team.
Here's Bernard. Whistle. And it'll go back to Cass Tech. Excited to watch Maddie play, though, today. Junior with a lot of talent. Bright things are ahead in her future.
Yeah, she can really shoot it. Daughter of a coach, Steve Bernard, friend of the program.
That is a heck of a pass from Parker, Chad. It was no good, and then we got a whistle and a foul down low. Nyla Terrell going to the line.
Great look. We get another look at that pass here on the skip. Couldn't finish, but got the foul. That's a really nice look.
We've already seen it. Couple of possessions in. Parker knocks down a three, and that great bounce pass. Maybe this is a weird way to ask it. Is it almost like a electric blanket, a security blanket, when you have someone like that back on the floor if you're Cass Tech?
Big time. And now you know that you can relax. You don't have to force plays. You got somebody out there with experience. Ari Parker's a shooter too, but she can do things like that, pass the basketball and play team ball, and kind of be a leader on the floor in a team that's kind of lacked a little bit of court experience in some spots.
Off the inbound, they got Pongrantz wide open, but she was blocked by Mount.
Kayla Mount, 21 points, 9 rebounds, and a few blocks. So strong down there.
Look at her work hard down low. Tough roll off. They're starting to assert 34 down low, though, Cass Tech is.
They are, and that's part of the game. And Coach Simpkins says, look, we're going to start down low and work inside out. We've seen that early.
Bernard got a good screen out top, went downhill, threw up a shot that didn't touch anything but air, and Grosse Pointe South still hasn't scored yet.
That's a nice wall up from Mount. And, I mean, there's the block to start this break. And then on the other end, the next set, she just had a simple wall up, nothing special, but she didn't foul. Very important.
When you're thinking about Kayla Mount, one of the interesting things is their coach, AJ Simpkins, again, he kind of took the job late in the process. So he took it for the history of Cass Tech and all those sorts of things versus really knowing what the personnel on the roster was. You can see his resume on the screen. By his own admission, he's the life of the party.
And it looks like he's not afraid of the gym.
Apparently.
I mean, we saw Coach pull up, and he's got a nice ride too, by the way. And, I mean, look at this guy. That's the face of the program. I like that. Coming with some authority.
Tough break there as Kayla Mount traveled, but finishing the point, Coach was talking about, hey, I took the job. I was learning the roster. I was in practice with them every day, and I'm learning every day that Kayla Mount's really, really good. I knew she was good, but she's actually a lot better than I thought when I see her in person.
And, you know, Evan, he says, I'm not afraid to adapt to what we have. I'm not going to have a Kayla Mount every game or every season, but we are. We're going to use her this year.
Stole it off the inbound. This is Backert getting downhill. It's a blocking foul on Cass Tech. They get Parker. So Grosse Pointe South has a shot here at the free throw line to break the scoring seal.
I like the aggressiveness by Backert here. She just rips, drives. Mount wants to gamble. Backert says, I'm going to make you pay. Got to pay the piper. She'll go line right and try to get her team on the board.
One more coming for the senior, who the coaching staff says is the most athletic player they have. Elsa also is the keeper on the soccer team.
Yeah, they said she's a talented keeper.
Tough roll off there. The rim's unkind in Cass Tech's gym early this morning.
There might be a keeper on those rims.
There's a jump shot that's good, and Cass Tech up by a touchdown plus the extra point.
I like that. And that is a smooth jump shot, 17-footer.
They just got Backert down low again, and another foul. That one's on Kayla Mount. Clearly, Grosse Pointe South is finding something here, getting downhill, trying to get some points at the free throw line.
Mackenzie Miles rips, drives. I think it is on Mount. And I think that Grosse Pointe South has missed 3 free throws, some early morning jitters down a touchdown. A lot of basketball fans will fill this gym this morning. Right now, it's a little bit of a light crowd. Good morning to be out in a walk in downtown Detroit, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I feel like we're at a golf match.
Does that mean I have to start calling this in a golf whisper?
Please
Ooh, nice
don't.
play by Backert. Here's Bernard, all the way to the rim, did everything right but make the shot. Poor Grosse Pointe South. Wow. Just can't get one to go in right now.
No, they can't. Credit Cass Tech in this defense.
Parker hits it from a mile away.
So smooth. Kevin Richards wants timeout. The triple, the second of the day for the Technicians. Up 10 early. Happy holidays, everybody.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Coach J.J. Simpkins likes this start. Another steal. That's Lanier, his talented freshman who just took it away. It is 10-0 Cass Tech. Ari Parker with half of those points. She just made a long three right before the break. Technicians rolling early this morning.
Yeah, and Grosse Pointe South, I mean, you look at the score, they haven't played as bad as 10-0. So Cass Tech, if you're Cass Tech, you don't want to let off the gas. If you're Grosse Pointe South, you just need to see one go through the hole. That's it.
I mean, they've had the looks. They've been to the free throw line 2 different times. Had some good looks, just nothing's dropping.
Yep.
That's another steal. Mount leading the charge. No good. Backert came out of the scrum with a ball, and then we get a whistle.
Yeah, you see your athleticism to rip it away, but just a little bit ahead of the crowd. She's winded a bit, very active. Substitutions for Cass. It's a light bench both ways. Neither team really goes more than 7 deep.
Clara Backert, Elsa's sister, just came into the game. Thought we may see Clara at some point today.
Yep.
She's the freshman, Elsa's the senior.
See the sticky fingers of Maddie Bernard. She can also snipe it. Good two-way guard.
Mackenzie Kyles guarded by Morgan Duff. And apparently Morgan was a little bit too physical. There's a foul.
Yeah, little nickel dimer on the perimeter. Don't like to see that in this game. We got 6 games to play, boys and girls.
It's the only girls' game of the day. Cass Tech against Grosse Pointe South starting us off. And the boys will take over the rest of the day here at Cass Tech. Awesome matchups all day long.
Really is. Pleasure to be here. We thank Jay Alexander.
Kyle's no good. Rebound and a reload for Cass Tech. That's up and in, and a 12-0 lead.
How about that? The stick back by Lanier, the freshman. What a basketball name that is, Lanier.
Grosse Pointe South banks it in. Lupo, I hope she called bank.
Oh, the bank is open in downtown Detroit in the morning before we hit high noon here in a moment. That's all they needed, Grosse Pointe South, the hard way.
On the other end, Cass Tech gets 2 back and grows the lead again.
Tracy Thomas, really like her game off the bench, a 6-foot big who can stretch it a bit, really post and defends well too. Coach calls her the X factor.
I'm still kind of laughing over here at that shot that Grosse Pointe South made, because they have to be thinking of all of the shots we took, of all the good looks, all the chances we got to the free throw line. We'll take another look at that 3 in a second. A banked-in corner 3 is the one that goes in.
The hardest shot to make.
Yep.
From the corner banked. Unbelievable.
Bernard tried to play a 2-man game with Backert, had it picked off, and then Grosse Pointe South has the defense, taking it away with Duff. That's a travel.
5 turnovers now, Grosse Pointe South, too many. Kevin Richards going to go to his bench, bring Pongratz back in. There's the bank. The bank is open and it's confirmed right there, partner.
What time is it? It's 11:18. Bank's open. It's not a holiday anymore.
No, it's there.
It's a Wednesday. Get back to work.
I've been there already this morning. Had to pay Matt Schwartz. Had to go back up the Brinks truck.
Double-digit lead in the ball for Cass. Trying to find Thomas in the middle of that defense. Errant pass. Grosse Pointe South shot for Backer, no good. It's a reload, though. Elsa Backer driving inside. Missed the shot.
She says, where's the foul there? Good defense by Cass Tech, however, and that's a makeup call.
Offensive foul that the Grosse Pointe South coaching staff was very happy to see.
Sure. Right in front of their bench, ironically enough. There you see Kevin Richards, 17th year. There you see A.J. Simpkins. This man's done some great things. A lot of it in the AAU circuit. Former member of the Marine Corps as well. Nice to talk with him before the ball game.
Yeah, Coach Simpkins really credits that experience he had in the Marines for shaping him into the man he is. How could it not?
No doubt.
Another turnover. Thomas took it away. Jumper off for Cass Tech. Long rebound found by Elsa Backert. She was ahead of the pack. The defense came back and nearly stole it.
How about Melise Brown getting in there, getting sticky, getting aggressive, saving a bucket. Now her shoes off. Here's another look at it. The bust out, and Backert brought it down, and aggressive handle by Melise.
Could we consider that 2 thefts, the steal and then she lost the shoe? Does Backert get half a steal for stealing someone's shoe?
What a Grinch. In fact, speaking of Grinch, we got some Grinches up in here.
I'm wearing the Kobe Grinches, yes.
Those are
I
sweet.
can only wear them for this time of year for like a couple more days. And then when I wear them again in like February, no one will get the joke.
All right, put them up. Eli Wiles wants to see him.
This is a
Let's
lot
see your
of
flexibility.
This
now.
is a lot of agility at 11:20 in the morning.
It's a lot of agility.
Wow, I've not stretched this much in years. There we go.
How about that?
Here, you got to turn this.
Turn it.
So people can see it. There
Well,
we
you gotta
see. Look at that. Look at that.
All right.
How about that?
All right, take that. Jam Jan in there too. J-Mo, Pat the Stat, Schwarzenegger, everybody in the house today. 14-3 a football score.
Was that the obligatory football reference when we're doing Cass Tech, 14-3?
I think so. If it's Cass Tech, it's usually overtime and tied. This zone has given Cass Tech some trouble the last 2 possessions, Evan. Now, if you're Grosse Pointe South, you want to get back in this thing, you've got to score off of those forced turnovers. This is the girl to do it right here.
Maddie Bernard. Got her defender up in the air, got it back. Another shot fake. Short. Fighting hard down there. Follow-up was no good. Now it's Cass Tech basketball after a couple of cracks at it for Grosse Pointe South.
Yeah, Patty with a nice offensive rebound, but just forced it back up. Saw her brother on the basketball court for Grosse Pointe South a couple weeks ago against North.
That is a very good Grosse Pointe South boys team.
It is.
Mount with a bunch of bodies around her. How about Bernard sticking her mitts in there and getting the tie up?
Yeah, and her daddy's the head coach there, and she forces a turnover and forces a timeout, and we'll take it with them. Here's another look as we go to break. Mounted in the post, and then ripped and tied.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
All right, so Grosse Pointe South is down in this game, but I think Coach Kevin Richards doesn't hate what's going on right now. His team has had some good looks and some good defense. Maddie Bernard shooting it is usually a pretty good look. Missed it that time. Maddie hasn't scored yet in this game.
Fine job by Cass Tech to rip down the rebound. The undersized Melise Brown getting some early minutes. Doesn't always get those.
Cass Tech lets a long 3 go, no good. Mount rebound, no good. Got it again, put it up, missed it again. Put it up one more time.
Oh.
Not sure it would have counted. It rolled out anyway.
How about it? 3 rebounds, 3 shots. An exciting end to a quarter that was dominated by the technicians.
Couple of teams that are slated potentially to play each other in the playoffs, so they're getting a chance to play one another early in the regular season. And Cass Tech off to the strong start. Coach Simpkins will like this, an 11-point lead after 1 quarter of basketball.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Start of the second quarter at Cass Tech. The Lady Technicians beginning the day against the Blue Devils of Grosse Pointe South. Cass Tech's got the early lead. Chad, how do you think each team is feeling after that first quarter?
I think they're exhausted. My goodness. There was a lot of energy exerted. It was early.
Kayla Mount working hard. Off to the line.
How about Mount exerting herself on the first possession? This is their top scorer. This is their top rebounder. This is their top dog. And she's now committed to Southern Illinois. She'll be a Saluki next year thanks to plays like that. Dominating.
Coming in averaging over 20 points per game, right around 9 rebounds per game. Already a bunch of rebounds in the first quarter, and now she's on the scorer sheet. Completed the old-fashioned three-point play.
And she can do more than just score in the post. She's a mid-range shooter that's very efficient. Exciting player to watch.
Pongrant's left alone. Fouled or miss. And Sierra drew a foul down there.
I mean, Grosse Pointe South is as cold as you could be. Somewhere not in Detroit because it's not cold, but 1 of 12 from the floor. You got to give Cass a lot of credit for this. At some point, it'll probably even out some, but Cass has been pretty locked down with their defensive rebounding.
Bernard, a long cross-court pass. It worked out. Duff, no. Rebound Parker for Cass.
Yeah, just no second chance opportunities in this game.
Thomas thought about it. Kicked into the corner. Open look. Cass Tech got it again. That's Kyles. And a lead that is very large.
Yeah, Mackenzie Kyles, the senior guard, sticks 1/3 of the game for Cass Tech. And a zone killer is that three-pointer.
Grosse Pointe South needs a basket in the worst way. They're going to get a foul on the floor. Chad, here's what I'm wondering, right? Grosse Pointe South has struggled shooting it. But we keep talking about the good looks they're getting as we see a replay of Cass Tech getting a great look in a corner three from Kyles on one end. So on the other end for Grosse Pointe South, when you're getting good looks but you're missing, how do you not get frustrated? Is there, again, a good look and another miss?
I think you have to attack the shot blocker. Go at Mount. Get to the line. I know they're 1 of 4 from the line, but get to the line and get yourself an opportunity. Forget relying on a higher percentage shot or a lower percentage shot, as you see there. Non-shooting foul, however.
Smart play by Grosse Pointe South to let it roll out so they can keep the ball.
Yep, great active hands by Ari Parker, that 5'10 frame. There you see Maddie Bernard. Saw her brother Anthony Bernard last year, who's at Mercer in Macon, Georgia. Their father Steve's the head coach of the boys.
Another steal. Parker for Mount. It is all Cass Tech.
How about it? There you see the athleticism from Ari Parker. So fun to watch, just coming back slowly from an injury. Looks full strength there.
Bernard tried to find Pongrantz in the corner. It went out of bounds. 22-3. What a opening statement here today from the ladies from Cass Tech.
Yeah, and look, Grosse Pointe South has beat some teams this year. They're young, as you mentioned, but 2-2. They have a couple wins. They got a long-time head coach that knows what he's doing. The Kevin's over there on the bench. They got to collect themselves and get themselves right.
We'll be back. Grosse Pointe South looking for any sort of answer. It's been a lot of that from Cass Tech today. Steals leading to buckets and a large lead.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
We want to give a freaky fast shout out to the Jimmy John's at 95 Monroe Street at Campus Martius in Detroit for feeding our entire crew all day today. A couple of shifts of Jimmy John's. We appreciate them very much. It's always fresh, it's always fast and delicious. And the Tomey Group has 45 Jimmy John locations in and around Metro Detroit, and they never disappoint. We thank Anthony Tomey and the Tomey Group. Evan Stockton.
Thank you, Chad. I always love talking about Jimmy John's. It helps me get through my day at least 3 times a week.
Yes, sir.
Huge Jimmy John's guy. What's your go-to order at Jimmy John's?
I like to go with the Italian nightclub with a little extra mayo, maybe a little extra Italian sauce to dip.
Wow.
Any
chips?
Yeah, the hottest chips they have.
Steal. That's going to work out. Grosse Pointe South. Enjoy seeing that. Lupo has all their points.
Yeah, fine feed, full court press, picking it up. South does this. They're playing with fire, but they've got no choice here. They're down big.
Parker the turnover. And then Backer traveled, but last couple of possessions, Grosse Pointe South's pressure has made Cass Tech a little confused.
Yep. Good dial-up by Kevin Richards to try something new. What's your go-to? Here's another look. Fresh bounce pass and finish.
You know, Grosse Pointe South needs to stop stealing the ball and scoring because we can't talk about Jimmy Johnson. I'm kidding. Nice play by Morgan Duff. I'm a number 11 guy with no tomatoes and then the salt and vinegar chips.
For those who don't know what a number 11 is and who would, what is it?
It's the country club. It's
okay,
ham,
thank
turkey,
you.
cheese, lettuce, and I get some pickles on there. There's some mayo in there, too.
Ooh.
That's Kayla Mount for 2.
Love it. That's my number 2 go-to.
Wow.
So you were on I just didn't know the number. Shame on me.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if people were doubting that I go there a lot, I do.
Anthony told me appreciate you, your fellow alum.
Well, there you go. Go Shamrocks. We almost made it through the first half without a Detroit Catholic Central reference. Hopefully we don't have to bring it up the rest of the day.
Hey, if he's bringing us food, we are absolutely happy to dabble in a CC Shamrock. Valiant Blue
and
Peerless White.
There you go.
Okay, now we're done. That's it.
We're done. Lest people think we're biased, you know?
Well,
Lest people think we're biased.
The Rocks are not in this tournament, so.
That's true. That's very true. Bernard will inbound it. Maddie hasn't scored yet.
They've done a great job on her.
Yes, they have.
Good ball out of bounds play here.
Maddie knocks it down.
This is a strong call. Kevin Richards made it. Bob play, supreme, full court pressure. This is a run, my friend, a 7-0 run.
Ooh, boy. Nice pass ahead by Mount. One more bounce pass, and Parker gets 2. Man, there were multiple times that play almost didn't work out for Cass Tech.
That's right. They learned, though. They've gotten better at that press, but you better believe the Devils are coming with more of that.
Bernard dribbling inside, trying to bounce it to the baseline and backward. It's a tie-up, and the possession arrow means still Blue Devil basketball.
Yeah, Nyla Terrell is the reason for the tie-up. Great hustle there to force it, as you see. The throw ahead and the nice teamwork and willing passerness.
Grosse Pointe South starting to see some of those shots fall. Bernard took one from a long way away. Offensive rebound, Lupo. Pongrantz tries. Even with the struggles, they're not scared to keep shooting it.
No, they have yet to connect from distance. Well, they did a couple times, but they are a team that relies on that long ball.
Foul here on Grosse Pointe South. What's that old basketball cliche? How does a shooter get out of a slump?
You keep shooting until you make one. And Kevin Richards knows that. And he's got some new help on the bench this year with Kevin Reese coming over from Regina, former De La Salle assistant. He knows J-Mo. They went to school nearby back in the day. J-Mo knows everybody. You can't go anywhere without her hugging and saying hello to someone.
You're talking about Jameson Williams, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, J-Mo Janssen, bro. You're next to celebrity status.
I know that. I know that. It's a joke. We got to get you another coffee.
It is a 7-2 run, though, Evan. Grosse Pointe South trying to make a game of this thing. And I don't think they're going away. And they get a chance to shoot free throws now because this is double bonus time, part of the new rules in high school basketball. No more 1-and-1. I know you're sad about that. Double bonus time. 5 fouls, you get 2 shots.
Essentially, the way that they've changed the rule, it's what they do in the women's college game.
That's right.
Where you play quarters, and then you have the 5 fouls, and there's no such thing as the 1-and-1 anymore. It is interesting in the college game. Women's, they've got the quarters and the 5 fouls, and the men's is obviously different.
I think advancing the ball is new too this
year. Yes, you have the NBA rule. Yep.
Which is kind of cool. I like that for late game situations.
Man, Grosse Pointe South to the free throw line time after time. Just nothing is dropping.
Man, you're not lying. Cass Tech been stingy.
Ari Parker, a little long on that 3. Duff came out of there with a rebound. Just saw Morgan at the free throw line.
Yeah. Cass Tech a man-to-man dominant team. Coach Jordan says at times we'll play zone, but Not looking to usually. That's why.
Ari Parker, the steal and the score.
Don't need to. Press, press, press. Coach says we have to have our guards play defense and press, and that will turn into offense for us.
Back up to a 17-point lead. Duff cutting to the basket, too strong.
Nice look from Patty, too.
Man, you can see already so far in this game how valuable having Ari Parker back is for Cass Tech.
She just settles everything down, does it on the defensive end. I mean, they're really getting a steal. Whoever gets her.
Kayla Mount as well. Big body down there, lowering her shoulder and getting 2 more.
Mounted in that paint. Tough to stop. Great athlete, too.
Here comes some pressure from Cass Tech. Parker tipped it out as Clara Backer was trying to keep the ball. Maddie Bernard coming back in for Grosse Pointe South. She'll take out Elsa Backer.
Both the Cass Tech boys and girls programs play with this defensive ferocity in that it's like an avalanche, and it's momentum. I mean, you just see it come in waves and streaks, the way this defense forces turnovers. Pressure.
You know, if you made a Avalanche reference in Detroit about 10, 12 years ago, all the Red Wings fans would be up in arms, but they're not in the same conference anymore. Both teams aren't battling each other anymore, so you can make Avalanche references again. It's fine.
Listen, I hate Claude Lemieux more than anybody, all right? Put me on that pass, so I'm with you. Yes, bad reference with the Avalanche. Too soon. Too soon, some might say.
Well, yeah. Somewhere Claude Lemieux's going, I'm catching strays still on Detroit-based broadcasts, still, after all this time.
He's still making money off that fight. Man, oh, man.
In case Chris Draper is watching. Chris, we're here for you, buddy. It's all good.
Protection. Too funny.
All right, what do you think Grosse Pointe South? The score is what it is. What do you think they want to get out of the final 100 seconds of the half?
I think they want to get this thing back under 15 points and try to make some shots. And that will get them to the free throw line, a place that has been very cold to them today. 1 of 6 is Grosse Pointe South from the stripe, but they'll go thanks to Maddie Bernard and a ticky-tack call on the perimeter. And they got Lanier, it looks like.
And Larea Lanier the foul, and then you may have seen at the end of that replay, she slammed the ball into the floor. Honestly, she's a little lucky here. She didn't get a technical. Let's watch it again.
I don't think there's anything vicious with that part of it. Free throw woes continue for the Blue Devils.
One more coming for Bernard. Maddie has 3 points. My goodness. Grosse Pointe South at the free throw line. Just nothing is working.
1 of 8. I mean, that's 7 points. And Mount makes him pay.
11 points for Kayla Mount, who by the end of this thing, probably going to have another double-double.
That's what she does, 21 and 9.
Largest lead of the game for Cass Tech. No good. A rebound back up. That one no good from Patty. Another rebound for Mount.
Just knowing Mount was within a couple feet will make you nervous. Patty's got to finish there.
Ball movement for Cass Tech led to a corner 3 that was off. Back down to the floor they go. They never blew the whistle. And then they call the travel.
Yeah, they're going to get Mount on the seat of her pants. Always tough to call a travel when somebody's not moving on the seat of their pants, but I get it. Good hustle here. Rebound, loose ball. And a travel.
Another whistle right near that Cass Tech bench. They love the effort. It still will be Grosse Pointe South ball, though.
Got that home bench momentum.
Off the inbound, they get it right to Bernard. Addie doing her darndest to get in rhythm. That's the type of shot that'll get you in rhythm.
Yeah, little mid-range game from 11 feet. It's big for South.
Does Cass Tech play for the final shot of the half? They will not. They'll try a three. That's off. Rebound with three. Amidst a whole bunch of bodies, they didn't get it off. That's one of the only things that went wrong for them in the first half, Chad. That score tells the story. Coach Simpkins likes what he's seeing.
Dominating first half for Coach Simpkins. 19-point lead. They did it in the open court, forced the turnovers. That defense isn't going anywhere. Coach says it travels. Didn't have to travel far today for that Holiday Classic.
Steal for Ari Parker. Fresh off injury, back in the lineup, making things happen. That was a very good first half for the Lady Technicians at Cass Tech.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Does your bank make you feel like you belong there? At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores! Welcome back to halftime, 32-13. We are the Prep, Evan Stockton and Chad Bush. If you would please follow us on our social media. We're on TikTok, Twitter, the Gram, Facebook, and where you're watching us now on YouTube. Subscribe, it's free. Won't you? We thank you. If you'd like to write us, talk to us, communicate, we'd love for you to email us, info@theprepsports.com. We'd also like you to be a part of our sponsorship team. You can do so there as well, or an intern. I want to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Success Mortgage Partners. In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime. Navigating a turbulent market like this, it needs to be handled by a real professional. Call Todd Barr today at 734-674-6154 and put 20 years of local knowledge to use for you and your family. Success Mortgage Partners Incorporated supports equal housing opportunity at MLS ID number 130562. This is informational only and is not an offer of credit or commitment to lend. Contact Success Mortgage Partners Incorporated to learn more about your eligibility for its mortgage products. Chad and Evan back with you. Evan, some highlights from this first half, sir. A first half that Cass Tech has dominated so far.
Yeah, at Grosse Pointe South, it's a two-pronged thing going on here. One, they're missing a lot of shots, under 20% shooting it for the game, and the thing to Cass Tech, right, giving them credit, is the amount of turnovers that they've caused. It's 32-13 going into the start of the second half. So, Chad, what I'm wondering, as we do see Lupo providing one of the highlights for Grosse Pointe South, that banked-in three that opened their scoring, I'm always curious in a game like this where one team's up by a lot. I'm curious about the other team's mindset.
Yeah.
What is Grosse Pointe South's mindset coming in here?
I think Grosse Pointe South's mindset is, look, if we can get something going early, get some steals out of our defense, create some traps, score, and hit some threes. I mean, look, and hit some free throws. My goodness, this team is 1 of 8 from the free throw line. So that's likely to change, and you feel that your three-point shooting will be there at some point. We'll see, but there are some youth moments with Cass Tech. They'll try to take advantage of that here early in the third.
First game out of 6 today and 3 more tomorrow at Renaissance. The PSL Holiday Classic in full swing. Parker missed the 3, and then a Cass Tech player down there, Terrell, tripped as she was going for the rebound. Luckily, she's all right. Bernard, no good. Nice rebound down there by Duff. Foul. Morgan Duff was working hard at the end of the first half for Grosse Pointe South.
Yeah, she got that steal and score late in the first half, and here she gets a second chance opportunity. Bernard, who just hasn't been able to get him to fall through, gets a little help from her sophomore teammate Duff, who gets a chance to sort of rectify those free throw percentages.
Another miss for Grosse Pointe South. John Adams was the second president, and he had this phrase, facts are stubborn things. Facts are stubborn thing for Grosse Pointe South at the free throw line. They just made one, thank goodness, but they are now 2 of 10 in this game.
Yeah, it's not something Kevin Richards is going to be proud of, but he's hoping their team can get in a position where they can overcome those struggles.
That's a travel. Shell, too many steps. Grosse Pointe South pressure causing a turnover.
Yep, that's that diamond press, and it's causing havoc. Both coaches want to press. Castle do a little more man-to-man, full court. South had it going there.
Pongrant's pass got a piece of Mount's body, so Kayla takes it away and kicks out. Open look, and a 3, that's good. Nice shot there by Natasha Shell.
Yeah, the freshman stepping into one. But I'll tell you what, Mount is the person that made that happen. She could have taken that in the post. Willing passer, went outside and found her teammate.
Parker went for the steal, missed it, then Duff missed the shot after she got all the way inside. Ari Parker, nice step through, missed shot, stays on this end.
Boy, is Parker athletic, fun to watch on the rip and drive. Couldn't get it to finish there, but you see some of the tools that she has.
We were talking about this a little bit earlier. Cass Tech hampered by the fact that Maya Anderson, one of their best players, who's going to play at Detroit Mercy next year. Got to deal with another wet spot on the floor here. Maya Anderson tore her ACL in the summer, so she's not going to play this year. Ari Parker, who we just saw, another good look at the 3 hit by Natasha Shell. Ari Parker dealt with some injury issues. Now she's back, and we've been singing her praises all day, Chet. She clearly brings another element to this Cass Tech attack.
She does, and she's coming back. She does so many things. We saw a little mid-range game there. She's really a shooter. I mean, she can knock down a three-pointer. Haven't seen a ton of it from her today. I think she's hit 1. but this is a kid that is so good. Somebody's going to get a steal. But teams want to see that she's back, she's recovered, she's all the way home. Looking at her today, she looks to be polished. And this is just her second game back. A.J. Simpkins didn't want to put her in the starting lineup today, but he did it. Said, look, she deserves to be there. She's worked hard in her recovery.
Other corner three. Another good-looking shot from Shell. She's hit back-to-back threes.
Special freshman talent, carrying a heavy workload. She's a two-sport star, the #1 swimmer in the PSL as well.
Bernard, tough fall away. Parker up the floor for Cass Tech. Ari to Kayla Mounts. Cass Tech rolling.
Beautiful basketball. Inside-out approach, outside-in approach. And Kevin Richards needs to find this club's path against a really difficult Cass Tech team, Evan. I mean, this has been a dominating win today, or dominating lead today. Not a win yet.
Still time, but Grosse Pointe South has quite the hole to climb out of, down by 26, Chad, with just over 6 to go in the third quarter. We're getting a look at the resume for Kevin Richards, the head coach for Grosse Pointe South. What do we need to know about this young man?
It's a good one. He's got 5 children. They all have first names that start with a K. You should know that. And we've covered his son Carter, a senior on the Blue Devils boys team. But this is a basketball family. But he's in his 17th year, 2-time Division I finalist in 2012 and 2013. This is a very good program. They've won the MAC title 8 times under his tutelage. And again, his son Carter, a senior on that Lake Superior State basketball commitment team. And yeah, other employment, he's the Dean of Students and Athletic Director at Grosse Pointe Academy.
All his kids are named K. Who does he think he is, Roger Clemens?
That's right, Cody Clemens. Where is he now?
I believe last year he was playing for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, the AAA team for the Philadelphia Phillies.
I knew you would know that. Amazing.
May have called him once or twice or 12 times last year.
Yes, the voice of the Syracuse Mets is to my left. What do they do this time of year? What do minor league baseball players do?
What do minor league baseball players do? They practice baseball.
Yeah, still.
No, seriously. They go and they all live in Florida or Arizona and they all work out.
Nice.
And if you're a pitcher, you go to that drive line. Oh, boy. Here we go. Heads up.
Uh-oh.
Poor Nyla Terrell did not know that pass was coming.
No, I didn't know that pass of a Rice Krispie treat that Pat just sent over. It's the size of a brick. Yeah. Don't hate, Schwartz. It's all right.
So I'm looking at a Rice Krispie treat that has been passed to us. I see the traditional, like, white, but I also see some red and some green in there. It's cute. It's
yeah,
Christmas
be
time.
careful. It came from Pat the Stat. I don't know what's in there.
I mean, it's not even new. It just turned noon. You think he'd really be giving us Rice Krispies that aren't actually Rice Krispies?
I don't know. It's holiday. See, there he is. There's the stat man. Guilty as charged.
Oh, nice pass to Mount. She is having a heck of a game.
Yeah, the feed, you said it. Ari Parker and Mount. What a 1-2 punch in tandem today. Dominating this opener.
Largest lead of the day for Cass Tech. They have never trailed. Missed shot for Grosse Pointe South. This lets Cass Tech run. And Ari Parker score 2 more.
So smooth. Just up and down that court. Cass Tech having their way. Relentless pressure, relentless.
Here it is again. Steal Nyla Terrell. Cass Tech cannot do anything wrong.
No. Kevin Richards says, look, we need to play a team like Cass Tech and get ready for this style of play. Man, careful what you wish for.
Maddie Bernard got rid of 3 different people and scored. How about that?
Fine move by Bernard, and that's why Division I teams are all giddy about #1. Just a junior.
Pressure ensues. Cass Tech broke it. Threw it back outside to Shell. Parker, touch pass to Mount. First time she's tried a 3 today. Gonna be Cass Tech ball.
Yeah, and Mount forced that. Great job closing out the sideline, forced it. What a presence. Another look here, Evan. The Bernard move, mid-post shot. She's got some good skills. Fine player, but Cass Tech to the forefront today. They've been excellent.
Corner 3. No good that time for Thomas. Cass Tech's got it again. To Mount. Oh, no.
You got it. Is that a wedgie?
No!
That's a wedgie.
Well, it's a wedgie when it's caught up there. So what the heck is that?
A onegie.
Oh, Coach Simpkins, dude, if you're going to do that, it's got to go in.
Wait, we've got camera footage of that. We got a camera hanging out down on that backboard. Look at this.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
And we got to get a name for that. I think if it's not a wedgie, I don't know what we call it.
It's called the bummer.
A wongy? I don't know. Tell us on our YouTube channel, what is that? Come up with a name, please. Free T-shirt for anybody who comes up with the best name.
Free T-shirt?
Free T-shirt.
Wow.
Yep, prep shirt.
Seriously, I don't think I've ever seen that before in a game where the ball just got stuck on the ledge.
It's unbelievable touch by Mount, isn't it? To be able to place it up there.
If you tried that, you couldn't do it.
Could you imagine a game of horse doing that shot?
Well, you have to make the shot on horse for it to count, right?
Well, if you do a shot like that, I don't think you need to.
Elsa Backard's got her first basket.
Yeah, and A.J. Simpkins isn't happy about it. He's not happy. He wants a timeout, and he expects perfection. Take a timeout with him. Happy holidays from Detroit.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Cass Tech coming in at 3-3. Already played a couple of games in PSL play. Won the state title back in 1987. We've seen Kayla Mount and all the great things she's done today. Maya Anderson, unfortunately, injured and out for the year, but she'll be going to play down the road at Detroit Mercy. Chad, anyone who follows high school girls basketball in Detroit knows that if you're going to do good things, you're going to have to beat Renaissance at some point. Team that made the semis last year and brings darn near the whole team back this year. Games like this, though, for Cass Tech, score being what it is, and I want to add something to those banners on the wall, and this type of game gives you the confidence to think you can put another banner on the wall.
Yeah, and they've done this today with, a light bench, and they know that they have their gal back, and Ari Parker makes this team complete.
Duff no good on the 3. She fouled her miss and drew a foul.
Just makes everybody else better. Shell, the freshman, who's carrying a heavy workload, doesn't have to worry about being the star and distributing. Kyles has been able to relax and play a nice game. Everybody just can kind of chill behind him when Ari Parker steps up and does her thing. Maya Anderson isn't coming back. She's not coming back this year. Can you imagine if she was? But she's out. So they've adapted without her.
And I suppose the blessing in disguise is Bernard misses. Grosse Pointe South had the rebound, then Mount took it away. I guess the blessing in disguise for Cass Tech, you never want to lose a player like Anderson, but if you're going to lose him, you may as well lose him before the season, because if you had him for 3/4 of the year and then you lost him, it'd be a huge bummer. That three-pointer off for the Lady Technicians. Grosse Pointe South comes out of the fray. Elsa Backert the rebound, pushing the pace. Bounce pass, taken away by Cass Tech.
Yeah, and again, you're adapting to that new play. You're able to adapt. You had a little bit of time to adjust, but then you're also adjusting to a coach that brought in a new system 6 weeks ago. Cass Tech's only going to get better, adapting to this new style and system and leaning on new leaders.
Bernard had her defender on skates. She gave it up for a Pondgrants 3 that is no good. We'll say the shooting numbers for Grosse Pointe South just once and never again, because they probably don't want to hear it. They're shooting 7 of 33 from the field, 2 of 9 from 3, and 2 of 10 from 3 from the free throw line. It's been a tough day.
Yeah, and look, Grosse Pointe South's going to win a lot of games in the MAC Red. They're going to win a lot of games. This is a team that's picked to finish in the upper third of that league. Mama said there'd be days like this, and today's one of those days, and you tip the cap to Cass Tech. But South has enough pieces to be dangerous, to come back, get better, and compete with Cass Tech for the district title if those two teams are the ones that end up meeting. Another look here at the replay. Earning herself the right to the free throw line. And this is number 40, Drew Donahoe. Donahoe, a freshman. One of a couple freshmen who will see 3 freshmen who we've seen on the court today, Evan. Future's bright.
Yeah, that's another thing that Coach Simpkins told us when he took the job. Again, he kind of took it sight unseen. He was taking it for the history of Cass Tech, not really knowing the roster makeup. He said, well, I got a lot of young players who are pretty good. The more he coaches the team, more excited he gets.
Yeah, that's right.
Look at the effort by Duff down there for Grosse Pointe South.
She's been solid today.
Maddie Bernard has made a couple of really tough shots like that last one.
You can see her skill set. It's impressive. She's a ball hawk, too. Somebody's going to get a treasured piece there.
Turnover, Elsa Backert. After all that contact, they never blew a whistle. It's going to be Grosse Pointe South ball, yeah.
They've kind of let them play, I think, the last little bit. But I tell you, Simpkins is no stranger to dealing with great talent and players and developing talent and players. Gabby Elliott, former Miss Basketball, he's trained.
Bernard no good. Rebound Parker for Cass.
The Davis twins, the Atomi twins. I mean, this is the shot doctor.
Yeah.
This is a guy that knows how to assemble and players coach as well. But they're not perfect. I mean, they were down 20 to Renaissance in the first quarter a couple weeks ago. They got room for improvement.
Yeah, Coach was telling us before the game about, look, I know the target on everyone's back in this city is Renaissance. We lost by 20, but we were in that game in the fourth quarter. I'm trying to get the girls to understand the level of effort we need to play all the time if we want to beat a team like that. Today's a good building block for them, for sure.
That's right. They settled down, played them close after that first quarter, and he liked that battle back. Played well against Ferndale. Lost, but they were up 12 points in the third.
Morgan Duff deserves those 2 points. That was a sweet drive to the basket. Her effort has been there all day. Now 6 points.
She's a nice piece. She's kind of that third piece behind Backert and Bernard. Maybe Pongratz. Good piece to build upon, no doubt. Just a sophomore, too.
Cass Tech going back to the free throw line. Elsa Backert had the foul here. Number 22 in those bright pink shoes, committing the personal foul, allowing Cass Tech to go back to the free throw line. Layla Borum just took the first, and one more is coming. It's a good game for a team like Cass Tech as well. We saw their boys team win the state title last year, mainly. Darius Acuff was very good, but they had a deep bench. They were rolling 12 guys through. Well, this is the type of game where you get to play everyone on your roster, because you never know when you may need them later on in the year. It's very valuable.
It is, and it also is needed for the style of play that Cass Tech plays with. You burn calories, and so you need bodies. And so no doubt, good point. I mean, it's developing that bench that's going to be relied upon soon enough.
Final few seconds of the third quarter. All the way to the basket. Clara Backert, the freshman's got her first 2.
Bright future. A couple of freshmen for Grosse Pointe South making their presence today. Talked about Pongratz quite a bit, but this is the other freshman, Clara Backert. Good look there. Finish.
Cass Tech got to get it over. They did not get it over because they stepped out of bounds. So Grosse Pointe South will have one more crack at it in the third quarter.
Great team defense. Kevin Richards using all of his players, trying to get players experience, just like you mentioned for Cass Tech. They also have some development to do. Despite being down 24 points, being doubled up, they got work they can get done with a full quarter to go.
And Grosse Pointe South will call a timeout here. Maybe you're wondering, okay, you're down by 24, 4 seconds. Why are you calling a timeout? Well, Grosse Pointe South is playing this game because they want to get ready for the important games later in the year. You'd have to imagine that the big reason why they're calling a timeout here is to work on their out-of-bounds plays. There's the resume for Grosse Pointe South, coming in with a couple of wins this year. What else should we know about these Blue Devils, Chad, their program, how the team looks this year?
Yeah, this is a program that's used to winning. You'll recall Sierra Rice back in that 2015 graduating class, the Player of the Year in the state of Michigan. Miss Basketball runner-up. Look, she played at Illinois. There's some good memories of Grosse Pointe South women's basketball. They were state finalists in 2012, 2013, back-to-back. And it's a beautiful school, 1,230 co-ed students for the Blue Devils, who will have better days ahead of them in the MAC Red.
Off the inbound, they were trying to find Backert and threw it out of play. So Cass Tech will get one more crack at it.
The longest 6.2 seconds in the history of the PSL Classic.
If you ever wondered how long you can make 6 seconds last, just watch a basketball game at the end of the quarter or the end of the half. 6 seconds turns into 6 minutes real fast.
Yep. And now the repositioning of the ball. Cass will try to get a shot off. They've got some three-point shooters. Watch for Parker here. She's the one to watch for. They want to get her the ball. There she is.
Parker drive and kick. Gotta let it go. Parker, no. Off to the fourth. It's been Cass Tech's day right from the beginning. We tipped this one off just past 11. We're just shy at 12:15 right now. And it has been Cass Tech's day from the opening tap.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
If your company wants to make the turn to the next level, make sure you contact Make the Turn, an award-winning digital marketing firm based right here in Metro Detroit. Founded by Mike Sullivan and Kyle Bogey in 2019, they've quickly grown to a full team of professionals who create custom marketing solutions to help grow your business. Maybe you've got a great marketing department and want to get 10% better, or maybe you're a business owner who wants a marketing director without the full-time salary. It's worth visiting MakeTheTurn.com and checking out all their great examples and reviews.
Start of the fourth quarter. Steal for Tracy Thomas, and then a nice play by Maddie Bernard coming back from behind. Swatted it out of bounds.
You love to see effort. I mean, yeah, this is nice skill from Bernard coming from behind, but it's the effort. You're down 24, you're getting doubled up, and you're still hustling. I like to see that.
Lupo the steal for Grosse Pointe South. And it goes out of play. We just got a Sully and Bogey reset, didn't we?
We did.
Oh, we did.
The co-founders of Make the Turn, great friends of ours and helping us in social media, marketing. Got a great social media team in place with Anthony Colombo doing great work. Carsey Walker on graphics.
It is important, I think, for everyone watching to remember as we do all these games over the next couple of days and high school basketball season really gets into full swing. Maddie Bernard from a mile away. Put her in double figures. That's 12 points.
Yeah, she's starting to get cozy. That's a dirty dozen. Bernard from the casino down the street. Which one is that, Schwartz? Motor City, thank you.
You know that applied to like 4 different casinos, right?
I know.
You could have said MGM, could have said Motor City, Greektown, or if you really wanted to get frisky, you could go across the border and go to Caesars.
Ah, across the old river. That used to be the only option back when I was in college.
It's a Michigan rite of passage. Turn 19, go to Canada.
That's it.
That's a nice out-of-bounds play. Tracy Thomas for 2.
Or 18 with an ID. Oh! I kid.
It's a high school broadcast. We want to promote good values.
And those are good values.
Amen.
I was in college.
That's right. Yeah. It
Yeah,
used to
I'm
be
an
18.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah, college. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, post high school. Just post.
Anyway, just to finish the point on Make the Turn and all the people working behind the scenes. I know this is the first game out of a lot we're going to do the next couple of days, but not just us here this weekend, but so many people in the world of sports are working hard in the holiday season. When a lot of people get to sit at home and relax and watch things like this. So thanks to everyone working hard behind the scenes with us and everyone in the world of sports who's got to work hard. Speaking of working hard, Ari Parker, 2 more points.
She's working hard, but it hardly looks like she's working hard. Just so smooth and subtle. Little reverser off the glass, no big deal. Look at this run out. Step through, Euro step, reverse, bam. Fun to watch, number 3.
Back up to a 25-point lead for Cass Tech. They've led by as many as 30. Long bomb, no good. Thomas, rebound, Mount, up and in.
Great job by Mount. And for Thomas, that's not out of her range. She's a stretch 4. That's in her arsenal. And she's key to this team's success. Talk about developing a big. That's when they want to develop today. 22.
Bernard, tough floater, no good. Rebound, Mount, officially a double-double. Up ahead to Ari Parker, tough miss through contact.
Yep, good wall up by the undersized Morgan Duff. Surprise, surprise.
Lupo, off to the line.
This is a nice catch by Lupo on this near sideline. This was not an easy catch, and then she rips it right away. Good pass, too, but tough catch, gathered, didn't travel. Gets to the line.
Lupo made the first shot of the game for Grosse Pointe South. She banked in a 3 from the corner. We were joking earlier about shots that can win you a horse game. A banked-in corner 3, that can win you a game of horse. Just make sure you call bank, you know?
That should do it. I mean, you shoot a banker from that corner, just a foot inside that baseline.
Second free throw off for Alex. That's a familiar last name to Grosse Pointe South Athletic fans. Bernard missed the layup. Lupo's brother Jack was the quarterback on the football team this year.
Ah, good call. Good call on that.
Grosse Pointe South football program that's really good year after year. This year, though, they ran into Roseville, who won the district championship. Congratulations to Roseville and their head coach, Bernard Snowden.
Nice. Yeah, no, they did an outstanding job. We'll see Roseville tomorrow, I believe. You'll call Roseville.
Playing Renaissance.
The old Roseville-Rennie matchup.
It's a Renaissance boys team that is very confident. They got a lot of talent. It's a young team.
Those guards, I mean, you talk about Lance Stone, you talk about Sigmund. I mean, that's a really talented duo, and they've got more.
I know it's early in the year, but we're going to see King and Cass here later today.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, Renaissance. They're going to be battling it out the entire winter into the early spring to figure out who's the best in Detroit.
Yeah, and you know what? Detroit Western's going to have something to say about that, too. They're kind of the wild card. But those definitely are the 3 teams, I think, in the mix, and we'll get a preview later tonight. I know you'll be off and doing crews, but you'll check in, I know, to see what's happening here. Won't be too busy.
If you like basketball in Detroit, there's a lot of options. You got the crews, all these high school games going on. You know, the Pistons were home yesterday.
Yep, how lucky we are.
Kayla Mount up and in, got her miss, and continues to add to an outstanding morning into the early afternoon of work.
You know, she's just so composed. You know, no problem. Misses the shot, gets it back, and that was contact. You want to say foul or hard? She got fouled hard. I mean, Backert whacked her. But this is a strong young lady who knows how to finish the assignment.
20 points and 14 rebounds for the senior, Kayla Mount, who, if you haven't heard of her before today, you're going to be hearing more about her as the year goes along, I'm sure. Bernard. No. There's some tough rolls off for Maddie today.
Frustration foul in the backcourt. Tracy Thomas trying to get out of trouble.
Score is what it is for Grosse Pointe South. Here at the Prep, we like to be a glass half full type of broadcast. What positives are they going to take away from this game?
I think they can take away the fact that they've seen themselves at times handle the pressure of Cass Tech. They've seen themselves at times get offensive rebounds and get in positions to make shots, got to the free throw line, haven't made them, but they've got there 12 times. So I think there's some positives. Defensively, they've caused chaos for Cass. That diamond press has worked well at times. The 1-2-2 zone has worked well at times. I mean, yeah, I don't think they've shown everything today, but when you get down that early, was it 10-0?
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough to overcome.
Floater no good. Pongrantz missed it. Sierra's a talented freshman. Today it's just been a frustrating one for Grosse Pointe South.
And the other part is your freshmen are going to get more mature. You're going to rely on 2 freshmen to really help you this year, and the sophomore Duff. All they need is reps, all they need is time, and as the days go on, that will happen.
Some subs for Cass Tech. They've cycled through the entire roster in this game. Grosse Pointe South has 9 on the team. Cass Tech's got 10.
Yeah, and Grosse Pointe South added that 9th late from JV.
Open look, and it's down for Drew Donahoe.
How about Drew coming off that bench? She says, I can be in that top 8, top 7. Nice touch.
You don't think these minutes mean everything to someone like Drew Donahoe? Late in a game, chance to play, chance to get some opportunities. As we were talking about earlier, right? This is the part of the game where Coach Simpkins for Cass Tech may be seeing something from someone off the bench who hasn't played a ton and thinks in the back of his mind, maybe I can play Drew a little bit more.
Yeah, and Donahoe, the freshman, needs reps, needs time, and collects herself. Good footwork on that three-point shot, too. Didn't rush it. Smooth.
Cass Tech will inbound. Just under 3.5 remaining. Donahoe open again. Not that time. A rebound, out of bounds, Grosse Pointe South ball.
You could just tell she knows how to shoot the basketball, though. Another piece. And Cass has had some success from downtown today. 6 of 19. Had their moments.
Almost another steal for Kayla Mount. It is fun to watch players like Kayla, 34 in green and white, who've had such a good game. How's the motor running when there's 3 minutes left and we're up by 33? Her motor is still running as hot as it was first couple of minutes of the game.
Impressive, and that's what college coaches love about her. And she was originally committed to Detroit, but took the Southern Illinois gig, and I mean, they love her motor. And for a big, that's impressive.
Coach Simpkins, when he took the job, one of the first things he found out, he told us, was, hey, Kayla Mount's pretty good. I got something to work with here. There's a very good chance Kayla wins Miss PSL this year.
Yeah, sure is. Got to be the leader in the clubhouse. I mean, there's, well, as you know, the Renaissance girls, but a lot of talent. She'll be in the talk.
Parker just had the turnover for Cass Tech. It's hard to miss Ari and Kayla with their bright pink shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Donahoe was going after the ball. She collided with a teammate, and it's out of bounds off Cass Tech.
Can't say enough about how happy Antoine Simpkins is that he's seen Ari Parker come back from that torn meniscus in grand fashion today.
Almost another steal. Backert's got it. Foul on the floor before she put up that shot.
Hard. She plays so hard, does Backert. As hard as anyone that Kevin Richards has ever coached, he says. She's really the key to their season. But she's got to stay on the floor. She's had foul trouble in the past. That's a positive today with her being able to stay on the floor.
Oh, boy, look at Donahoe just taking it right out of her hands. They call a held ball, and the arrow keeps it with Grosse Pointe South, but that was awesome effort.
The message was sent. This freshman's not playing. She's here to stick her nose in there and contribute right away. Big minutes for her.
Great defense right there. Had a three-pointer earlier. Backert fouls or miss. She's going to the line.
This is a nice look from her sister, Clara. Clara finds her sister. How many times do you think that they've found each other in the backyard or in the driveway? They find them here, and that's a good attack to the free throw line. How many assists did you have with your brothers playing hoop?
Not many.
You took a lot of shots, didn't you?
Well, no, we just weren't a big basketball fan. So
Okay,
I was not a huge basketball
Hockey, that's
player.
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
hockey, football, baseball.
Yes.
A lot of wiffle ball games played in the yard growing up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
We should have a prep wiffle ball tournament. I think we're going to do that. You want to do that? All right,
Well,
let's
so
make that
here's
happen.
the question if you're playing wiffle ball. A, what type of bat and ball are you using? Are you using the skinny bat and the smaller ball, or are we getting the big bat and the big ball?
Oh, no, we're not doing that big Bamba bat.
Oh,
no
why
one's
not?
Gonna,
That
no one's
makes
gonna,
it fun.
No, that mean anybody can hit that. No.
I guess this leads to my second question. Are we, winding up and going Justin Verlander here?
Yes.
Are we actually going to throw the ball?
There's a strike zone. There's a net. There's rules. If you want to wind up and throw it 100 miles an hour and you can find the zone, God bless you.
But here's the problem with winding up and throwing the wiffle ball fast. There's literally holes in it, so it's not compact, so the thing goes all over the place.
That's the fun of the game, Evan.
It's not fun, though, when someone throws 17 straight balls.
No, they'll get removed from the mound.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We have officially come up with the rules for the prep wiffle ball outing, time, and date. TBD.
We're also seeing the passing skills of the freshman here. Look at this feed to the post. Able to find Mount. We're seeing that Drew knows how to share the sugar. Nice entry pass. Little things like that, little fundamentals. Something that A.J. Simpkins is all about teaching. Shout out to his staff as well. Lariah Stevens, Delshawn Farver, his trusted assistants.
Maddie Bernard all the way in. Did everything right, but make the shot. I mean, Maddie scored 12 points in this game, but you can see a lot of examples of why so many think highly of her. Just one of those days where the shots aren't falling.
Yeah.
Donahoe missed the layup. Going to stay on this end.
Couldn't believe she was that open. Yeah, you're right. It's been a quiet dozen.
Ari Parker down the lane. Lefty leaner, no. Kayla Mount, yes. I think that's our G of the game.
I think the cat's out of the bag. I think you're right. How could you not give it to number 34?
22.17 rebounds. That'll work. Bernard, another miss. Rebound, Cass Tech. Close it in on their fourth win of the year. A team that their coach is trying to get their effort and belief system in place as the games get bigger and bigger and more important and more important. And this is the type of game that'll help that belief system for sure.
It will. No, it will. And you got to use the minutes wisely, and I think both teams have, despite the disparity in score. Taking advantage of those minutes. We will have our G of the game coming up momentarily.
Bernard, fall away. No. Mount rebound. How far will Kayla go? She'll pass it ahead. First shot that's up and good. Off the glass, Melise Brown's first basket.
Look at that pass. Look at that pass for Mount. That was a dime. I mean, she's got it all in that bag, man.
Heck of a day for Kayla Mount. Heck of a day for the Cass Tech women. Another win for a team that thinks their best days are ahead of them. Tough not to believe that after today. Final from Cass, Lady Technicians all over Grosse Pointe South in the first out of 6 in this PSL Holiday Classic. Congratulations to Coach Simpkins and his team. That was a job well done.
Dominating win, 64-27. Cass Tech proving that they are a force to be reckoned with in this league. G of the game coming up right after this.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
All right, we're back at Cass Tech. Game 1 of the PSL Holiday Classic. Heck of a performance for Cass Tech. They beat Grosse Pointe South by 37. A huge reason why they won, not just today, but a huge reason why they're going to win a lot of games the rest of the year is Kayla Mount. Kayla, thanks for joining us. You're our G of the game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The last time we checked the stats, 24 points, 17 rebounds. I was never that good at basketball, so please explain to me, when you're playing as well as you did today, just how does that feel?
I mean, it feels great. I actually have my team, my coach to thank. But, yeah, they keep me confident. You know, I know I have to be dominant in order for my team to really get where we want to be. I know that I'm not that center piece, that dominance that can draw in the defense. Even if I can't get a shot off, I can bring in a defender so my teammates can get a shot off. So just opening things up and then just having that mentality that I have to go get everything and I have to support my team, of course.
I'm going to reveal something about your coach here. Obviously, his first season coaching the team. We talked to him on the phone a couple of days ago, and he goes, you know, when I took the job, I didn't know how good Kayla was. And then we got to practice and went, wow, she's really good. I got something to work with here. Obviously, new coach this year compared to last year. What do you think of the new coaching staff so far and what they've brought to the team so far?
I absolutely love them. It's youthfulness, it's encouragement, it's some tough love, but you know, everything's genuine. It just feels so genuine. And I love to have that, like, that environment that wants to go and get it. Like, they're going to nurture you, but they're also going to be on you. Even in practice and games, in the locker room, in public, private, they're going to be on you because I think that they all want us to be successful in the end. And I just love that environment. So it's like a family environment.
Last one for you. Obviously, everyone in this city knows how good the Renaissance girls are, and that's the target you're going after.
Absolutely.
As you guys are building up to playing them again later in the year and trying to do special things this year, I know you won by a lot today, but what can you keep working on?
I can definitely work on getting more boards. I know you said I had 17, but why not 25? Why not 30? So I can definitely work on grabbing more boards and then just playing both sides of the floor. I know everyone thinks that I'm dominant offensively, which I've proven multiple times, but I want to work both ends on the floor. Like my coach says, work both ends and nobody can stop you then. So, yeah, just taking pride in playing defense, then taking pride in go getting more boards, getting more baskets. So, yeah.
I've literally never met a basketball player who said 17 rebounds, bad day. I can have more.
Definitely. I can always have more, you know?
See, that's the attitude we love up here. Kayla, congratulations.
Thank you.
Looking forward to following you the rest of the season.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Cass Tech beats Grosse Pointe South in the first game of the day. Heck of a win for the Lady Technicians. Game 1 done. 5 more to go. Full day of hoops at Cass Tech.